you enjoyed that. Those that didn't, don't worry. Said it was optional. Jane Austen, people. Jane Austen, that was good, was it? Yeah, enjoyed that. Good. Good. Okay. Anyone got any questions about Bath? Anything you want to know? No? Nothing at all? Oh, good. Okay. Alright, about 2 hours 30. Okay, back to London. We will go direct. A couple of things I'll talk about on the way out as well. That abbey, by the way, abbeys stem from the time when we had monasteries, or we were a Roman Catholic country, because abbeys were all part of monasteries, but that all changed with Henry VIII. Boom. Everyone know the rhyme? Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. In that order, okay? And you all know why. So what he did, Henry, so he wanted a divorce, Catherine of Aragon, to marry Anne Boleyn, but because we were a Roman Catholic country, the Pope was head of the church. The Pope wouldn't grant the divorce. So in order to give himself the divorce, Henry made himself head of the church. Makes sense, doesn't it? So it was from then, so this is the mid-1500s, that we had the Church of England, and that is a Protestant, or Anglican. Okay, it's still Christianity, but just slightly different way of. But it wasn't just to do with divorce, what Henry did, because the church was wealthy, had a lot of money, and Henry needed that money to fight wars and other things, so he dissolved the monasteries, as we call it. So there are more abbeys and monasteries in this country that don't exist than do exist because of what Henry did. Places like Bath Abbey, Westminster Abbey in London, they exist because they paid Henry to exist, to survive. So that's what all that was about. And a phrase came out of that actually. It was said that it was one of the greatest acts of vandalism this country's ever seen. What Henry actually did. So yeah, so that was Henry VIII. But I want to tell you something strange. We had a tax in this country in the 1700s. It was a weird tax. It was a window tax. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
A window tax. So basically what that meant was the more windows you had in your property, the more tax you had to pay. It's true. This is true. This is absolutely true. No, this is absolutely true. To get round paying more than they had to, what people did, they would block up their windows. Now eventually, obviously, that tax was abolished, and rather than paying to have the window put back, people just decided to block up, just to keep the window blocked up. So you still see to this day blocked up windows, or where a window used to be. Well, don't worry if you missed it, because we got a bit further along.
Yeah. They were covered. They're just like painted in white. It's just don't exist.
Okay.
Look, there's one here. On the side, right? It was on the side.
Right, so as we move forward here, again, if you look on the right hand side, you'll actually see 5 blocked up windows.
Yeah.
Coming up now. Okay, just there. Okay. So this is all because of a window tax. Now, here's the thing. People took this a stage further, because rather than obviously put the window back, they painted a window where the window used to be. Right, so they're fake windows. I'm going to show you as we go along here. Gary knows where these are. So coming up on the right hand side is a bus stop. Above the bus stop is at first floor level. There's 2 fake windows, so they've been drawn on or painted on. Here they come. There's 2 there, right?
Yeah.
So they're fake windows. They're not very good actually, but keep looking, keep looking.
It's funny.
Right, you'll see the veranda on the edge. Look to the left of the veranda. There's 2 there,
Yeah.
and then 1 above.
Oh my
They
God,
are
that's
fake
funny.
windows. And they've even drawn the little drawstring thing for the blind.
That's smart.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Crazy. And of course we've got springtime at the moment, so you've got this beautiful blossom everywhere.
Oh, cherry blossom.
As well, some magnolias still out as well.
Gorgeous.
And Bath has a Premier League rugby union team as well. We go past some of their training pitches here on the right hand side.
No, it's
Oh,
rugby.
rugby.
Yeah.
Look at the houses up there, right? Reminds me of Asa.
It does.
So we are on the very edge of an area of outstanding natural beauty. I'm not just talking about me. Called the Cotswolds. Anyone heard of the Cotswolds?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah, some of you have. Okay, I'll talk about that a bit more in a minute. But we're going to go to the left now, up towards the motorway. We are now going up a hill. This hill is called Salisbury Hill. Now, you remember I said Peter Gabriel still does actually, he's a Barthonian. Well, this is Salisbury Hill, over to the right hand side. This was the hill he was on when he wrote that song. That was his inspiration, and I'll show you his inspiration over your left shoulder in a minute. This was climbing up on Salisbury Hill. I can see the city light as we come round here. Look at this. Sorry about this. The hills are alive with the sound of music. So, quintessential English. A patchwork quilt of fields, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you think? So Stonehenge and all afternoon in Bath. So about 2 hours from here to Stonehenge. Might be a bit less than that actually, because as I say, we get out of London a bit quicker on a day like this. And then journey from Stonehenge to Bath is 1 hour, just about 1 hour. And then from Bath back to London, about 2 hours 30. So that's the longest part of the day, sort of being on board the coach. Food and drink on board. If you've got a cup of tea or a coffee, that's fine, okay. But we do have, please, a strict policy of no hot food or no food with an odour, please, okay. It's some things may upset people, so please just observe that. You shouldn't need to, because you can have all afternoon in Bath and you'll have time there to have a bite to eat. I'm going to go through all of that later on. You might want ice cream as well. Bath is famous for ice cream, as well as other things. But yeah, it's all made locally. So, but if you do have ice cream, then please just consume it before you get back on the coach. Look to your right, see this wonderful church, the Brompton Oratory. Alfred Hitchcock was married in that church, the Brompton Oratory. We're now in South Kensington. I'll show you where Alfred Hitchcock lived. But anyone been to any museums? Any museums, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah. So on the right here is the first of 3 museums. This is the V&A, Victoria and Albert Museum. Everything to do with art, fashion, wonderful jewellery exhibitions in there. Wonderful, wonderful museum. And then the road coming up that's crossing us, this is called Exhibition Road. And up to the right is the Science Museum. So this road here, just up there to the right, is the Science Museum. Brilliant museum, very tactile. Got lots of buttons you can push and all sorts. Brilliant. And then this one on the right is the Natural History Museum, this Gothic looking building here. So everything to do with the natural world, lizards, dinosaurs, etc. And the film Paddington was filmed there. Yeah, if you saw Paddington. And it's Prince Albert we have to thank for having these museums. Prince Albert was Prince Consort to Queen Victoria, and he came up with this idea of the Great Exhibition, and that happened in Hyde Park. And there were exhibits from all over the world put into this big glass structure called the Crystal Palace. You may have heard of that. Yeah. We've got an area of London called Crystal Palace, a football team, my local team, Eagles, and Gary's, I think. Eagles, yeah. So, yeah, and it was the proceeds of the Great Exhibition that went to fund all those museums in South Kensington. And all the museums and galleries in London are free. You don't have to pay to get in, which I think is brilliant. Anyway, right, this is the Cromwell Road we're on now. Okay, look left, and you'll see the blue plaque, and it says Alfred Hitchcock lived there. There we go.
Oh yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, blink and you miss it. If you see a blue plaque like that, there's another one along here for Benjamin Britten. If anyone knows the composer, yeah, he was a composer. He lived along here as well. So this is still on the Cromwell Road in London, West London. If you see a blue plaque like that on the building, it will tell you that someone famous lived there. But if you see a green one, they lived there, of course, but they were also born there. So green is born, blue is just lived. So don't worry, I'm not going to talk all the way to Stonehenge. I could do. My wife's always telling me, don't talk so much, Clive. So I'll talk about Stonehenge about 30 minutes or so before we get there. So I will wake you up gently. And Stonehenge sits in an area of the country called Salisbury Plain. And you'll see why it's called that when we get there. It's a very open part of the country. So when we arrive at Stonehenge, Gary will take us to the coach park. After that, you'll see 2 thatched cottages on the left. So keep looking looking to your left, right, here we go. So see this stone building here, everyone?
Yes.
Just there? That, everyone, is the local lockup or jail of the village.
Oh.
I've spent a few nights in there, and Gary. So that one there on the left, there's a thatched roof,
Yes.
and another one coming up as well. Okay, I'll talk about thatch in a minute. But that building back there, the lockup, that's known as a blind house. Blind house. It's called that because there are no windows and it's very dark inside, and there's a horrible cold stone seat as well. Anyway, basically, if you're caught drunk and disorderly in the village, that is where you're put into the blind house. Not anymore, of course. Well, except me and Gary. And it's where we get the expression blind drunk. Blind house, blind drunk. But what happens, having spent a few days, if not longer, in the blind house, what happens? You become stone cold sober. Stone cold seat, you see. And it was also during that period, the Georgian period, mid-1700s, when the city of Bath that we're going to see when we arrive was built. So there were two architects, father and son, John Wood the elder, John Wood the younger. They had a vision to create a city that resembled ancient Rome, and that's what they did. They built it around 7 hills. So anyone that's been to Rome will know that that's what that looks like. So, and for anyone that does want to come on this little brief walk, as I say, 40 to 45 minutes after we get there, we'll go and see 2 of the iconic landmarks, if you like, in Bath, and that's the Royal Crescent and the Circus. They built this city with sort of lovely lines, curved spaces, crescents, circuses, stuff like that. So it's beautiful. They used a particular type of stone that's quarried locally, known as Bath stone. That's what we call it. It's a form of limestone. Somewhere else you may get a chance to visit later on, or today, this afternoon, is Bath Abbey, known as the Lantern of the West because of the natural daylight that floods in through the building. It's right next to the Roman Baths Museum, so you're going to see it when we get there. It's a very striking building. The building that's there now dates back to the 1400s, but the previous abbey was on that site. Before that, dates back to the 900s. So the actual site itself is much, much older than the current building you see there. I mean, the current building is old enough, but the actual area is much, much older. Known as the Lantern of the West. Lovely building. They do ask for a charge to go in. It's around £7 for adults, but it is a lovely building. I recommend it highly.
Right. So we are here now
Stonehenge.
at Stonehenge. Woo! Right here.
So
This is what the sort of visitor center looks like. There's a cafe here, there's a shop, and there are shuttle buses that are going to take us over. We're about a mile away.
mile and a half, I think.
Yeah. We're about a mile away from the actual monument itself, basically.
Mile and a half.
Mile and a half. And apparently I have to hold more things, too, on top of it.
That's what men do. I need myself.
As if I don't have a whole lot of things that I'm holding right now. Alright, a good old cold, foggy day in jolly old England.
Yeah. This is how England's supposed to be.
This is how England's supposed to be. Their first few days were entirely an accurate depiction of what the English weather generally looks like.
It's gotten colder every day.
Yeah, every day is subsequently colder than the last day.
And now we are going to get on the shuttle bus to Stonehenge. The shuttle bus takes you and brings
ladies
you.
and gents, this way to the shuttle bus.
Now on the shuttle riding over to Stonehenge. Get a little bit more of a look at the countryside here along here. On our way over here in the bus, unfortunately I didn't get a really good picture of it or good video of it. But there were some burial mounds, leaf from the Neolithic era, scattered across, no, Bronze era, my bad. Bronze era, scattered across the countryside. One of them was really big, so it would have been a prominent member of a tribe back then. Anyway, keep posted. I will get back to you as soon as we get over to Stonehenge. Updates, if you look very closely, I'm trying to zoom in here. There are some burial mounds right over here that you can visibly see. They're also pretty big. We also got a luxury ice cream truck in the middle of the field. Yeah, we got a whole flock of sheep right over here too. Alright, so we are now at Stonehenge, which you can't really see in video.
Oh, they have stuff here. Let's read.
But you'll get a better view
Look.
later. So the actual Stonehenge circle is about 5,000 years old. It's actually older than the pyramids themselves.
Oh, those are the barrels used on barrels. Yeah.
So on the way over here, the driver also told us that there's some stones in the center of Stonehenge, a blue stone, that come all the way over from Wales. So they would have to transport this, at least, I think he said 150 miles away from Stonehenge itself.
Just by dragging them.
Just dragging them, essentially, with hundreds of people carrying them at a time. The amount of effort it took to construct this without the modern tools that we would have now is really, really remarkable.
There's more. Oh, there's an exhibit at the visitor center. We would like to do that.
So here we go. We're gonna walk up down to Stonehenge.
Well, we're gonna get as close as possible, which
Close
is
as
not
possible.
as close as we're thinking.
Yeah.
Like, there's a big fence around it. I couldn't bring the scooter.
Yeah, she could not bring the scooter, unfortunately. Are we gonna get a scooter in Bath?
I haven't even called her.
Given called, so probably not.
We can get a wheelchair inside the
Yeah,
Abbey and Bath.
we could do that.
They did tell me that.
A circus?
A circle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Stonehenge is just like a circus.
No, it's not. Are you happy I'm doing this activity with you?
I am.
No. It's because you're recording, right?
I am
It's
recording.
because of my disability. There's so many stuff I can't do with Ryan, and Ryan gets upset at the situation, not at me. So I'm trying my best to do what he wants to do today without my scooter.
Yeah.
So wish me luck. We might get a scooter at Bath. There is a wheelchair though, for sure. I know that.
So here it is. Here's Stonehenge. It's wild that we're actually seeing it in person.
I know.
I will say it is smaller.
Oh, you think so?
It looks smaller in real life than it does in pictures.
Okay.
I will say.
I mean, I guess like width, yes, but like
Yeah.
tallness, holy shit, they're huge.
It's still very cool though. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not disappointed at all.
But they're
It's
really
amazing.
tall too, Ryan.
Yeah.
Like super tall. Like how would they get that up there? That is insane stuff. That is genius. I don't even think we can do that without technology nowadays.
No. Oh, I don't think anyone would be willing to do that
Yeah.
nowadays.
Probably, I bet a lot of people died too in the process.
I'm sure there are
Because
some
they were
who did,
dragging
yeah.
them. That's what the
Yeah.
tour guide was telling us.
Yeah.
That they were dragging them hundreds of miles away.
Very misty.
Yeah. I think it kind of adds to the experience though.
It does.
Yeah. Oh, here's some sheep. There's some sheep along here. Some sheep.
No, I want to educate people.
Yeah.
So many people are ignorant. So can you show them the pathway
Yeah.
that I walked and stuff? All the way from over there and come all the way over here. So it's kind of like a circle we're going. And yes, my back hurts, but it feels really good to be with Ryan. So I will suffer just a few more minutes. There's benches along the way, so do not get discouraged if you have a disability and want to come. Do not get discouraged. There's shuttles that bring you, so you do not have to do the walk. And then they drop you off, and then there is benches all over. So it's doable. Okay, let's go.
So Midsummer is interesting for being aligned to Midsummer Sunrise. And apparently we have to leave now, so we're going to keep walking. Oh, and here are some, talking about sheep a lot in this vacation, but that's because the UK has a lot of sheep. They just do.
They do.
They have tons of them.
They're so cute.
Well, like I was saying, like their entire economy during the Middle Ages is based entirely around wool. Just completely. They're essentially like a wool petro state. So a lot of the burial grounds around here were built near Stonehenge because it was important for their loved ones to have a view of Stonehenge.
To be buried within sight.
To be buried within sight of Stonehenge,
Because
yeah.
of the healing properties.
It looks bigger the further you get away from it, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up close, yeah. Up close, no, but like I get further away and it's...
Yeah. And here is Stonehenge from this angle. This is a pretty cool one, actually, because you can see a lot of the artwork here. I'm going to try to capture this really quickly. So essentially, Stonehenge itself is aligned with both the Midwest sunset and the midsummer sunrise. And so There's an arrow pointing right here. That's pointing to the midwinter sunset. And then over here it points over to the midsummer sunrise. So some very cool stuff. Very intentionally structured that way as well.
Okay, now it was worth walking around because there were a lot of interesting.
Yeah, a little points of detail. I was gonna say, fair enough because Stonehenge is right behind us, but I also found this interesting. There appears to be either some kind of a marker, or I think more likely a gravestone right along here. It has a year on it, so it would seem to be a gravestone, I think. This guy has a very great fortune of being buried right next to this really incredible monument right here. Couldn't ask for better. So we are now in Bath. A bit of a handicap update too. We are not going to be able to explore much of Bath because unfortunately it seems like we're not able to get a hold of a wheelchair or a scooter here. So we're probably going to see the Roman baths here, which are really freaking cool, but unfortunately we probably won't be able to see the Abbey here. So that's just sort of the way the cookie crumbles. That's the hand that we've been dealt with. We are just going to have to work around that today.
Oh, this is the Abbey, Ryan.
Is this the Abbey?
Yes, and that's the bath.
If that's the case, then this is going to be pretty easy, man. Yeah, because you said the Abbey has wheelchairs, right?
No, the baths do. But
Baths
I can
do,
walk through
okay.
the Abbey. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, so if I rest enough, in a wheelchair through the
Yeah.
bath, I can do the Abbey walking.
Yeah.
And those are like the two things we want to see anyways.
Yeah.
And then plus lunch. But there's so many places around. There's
I
also
want to try the
benches
Cornish
around.
pasty that he was talking about.
Yeah,
That sounded pretty good.
that's fine. I really wanted high tea, but I'm not gonna get it this trip. That's for sure. Because nobody else wants high tea. All right, let's go. Let's go find him.
Okay. This old Georgian architecture.
So gorgeous. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
it's
This
really
town's
gorgeous. I say this about almost everywhere we go, but I could live here. Or we can go and
Oh, there's a shop there.
where's the shop?
We're meeting Alex.
I know. So this, by the way, is a UNESCO heritage city. Not a site, a city. So this entire city is essentially protected and conserved for future generations to be able to
at that, Ryan.
experience. Look at this door. Wow. This is one of the most stunningly gorgeous things I've ever seen in my entire life. But we're not in the baths, but we're in the facility that houses the bath. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous dome ceiling right here. It's incredible. Just wanted to show you that real quick. So this is the baths proper, right over here. What's so wild is that the copper in these baths goes all the way back to the Roman Empire, quite literally. And it's also kind of interesting because the Latin word for copper was plumbum. That's also where the word plumbing comes from as well. 1727 is when antiquaries and archaeologists have started recording and excavating this site that we're in now. Wow. Watched a really great video on the baths before we came here so we can get a little bit of a base understanding of the history. It's really fascinating. Valencia is now at the helm.
Yeah. So these are like governors,
I think
emperors.
Emperor Claudius is here.
Julius Caesar.
Not Caesar.
They did over there, Ryan.
Oh, was it Caesar? Okay.
Yeah, Julius Caesar. They
It would
mentioned
make
him.
sense that Caesar would be here because he was the first.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So they're right here, and they're like
Yeah.
all situated in like
Context, most of
throughout the bath.
What we're standing on now and the columns that were constructing it were not built during the Roman Empire. These were built during the Victorian era and I think a little bit during the Georgian era as well.
And to give you an update on the disability thing, I'm currently on a wheelchair. We did see the Abbey, and I walked through that. They
We
did
didn't
have.
get to film or take pictures.
We couldn't take
unfortunately.
photos
It was
or
gorgeous and
videos,
stunning, though.
but because they would not let us. So, but we did enjoy it. So we really enjoyed it, and It was gorgeous. And then they had like a small little exhibit downstairs, and then they had a gift shop. Look at the abbey in the back that we went to. So gorgeous. I know. I know.
Oh, they're playing the Game of Thrones theme now. Seems kind of appropriate.
And so we're now at the Roman baths. We did the abbey. I walked it all. It's bigger than people realize. So I am proud of myself, but right now I'm on a wheelchair. Ryan's pushing me. Thank you, Ryan. He's the best boyfriend ever. Seriously. And now we're touring this huge Roman bath. And we're like awestruck, right?
It's awestruck.
Yeah, it's very gorgeous.
It's so
The
crazy
architecture is beautiful.
All of this is within a very tight, confined part of the city, basically.
And we feel,
it's all part of the city squares.
And we feel very grateful that we're here. Yeah. So we're now in like a museum of the baths. So this is how it looks like. Look at that one.
47 over here.
This is a close-up of the... We're going to go down and we'll take better shots. But...
One thing that's kind of wild about this is that they're able to control both hot and cold temperatures in the spring itself. And so visitors would visit like one part of the spring that's really hot and one part that's really cold. There's still some spas that do this today, actually.
Yeah.
So this is really fascinating. This is a symbol that was used essentially. It's a combination of a Celtic god and the Roman god Minerva. There's some theories as to what the symbolism might have meant here. It could have either been like a display of potential harmony that the Romans were trying to project, but what I think is actually more likely is that this was a symbol of conquest and trying to declare their supremacy and their domination over the Celts. Really, really fascinating stuff. Like, crazy that we have this, and crazy that this is relatively intact for something that was constructed back during the Roman Empire. Coins.
Are those the Roman coins?
Yeah, these are Roman coins.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, the one on the left is a replica pack, but the right is like the legit.
The actual.
Oh no,
That's a replica. These are the, I think,
These
the
are the
actual.
legit Roman coins.
These are
I'm not gonna list
replicas.
real Roman coins.
Yeah, because they would get disintegrated, you know.
Exactly.
Eventually.
These would be very fragile at touch.
Yeah, so they have all these displayed Roman coins.
We don't got this in the U.S.
No.
So the bottom is a lining that would have fit in the coffin. Wow. This is a man who would have been either Middle Eastern or African in genetic makeup.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
You're like the third person today
Yeah.
that access us this.
Pocket size.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a
It is,
pocket
but it's
size.
too-
We're supposed to go in there.
Yeah.
We already did this.
Oops, sorry.
Worshipping the gods. The worship temple, all that obtained by their service in favor of the gods. Septos was the priest in charge of the temple of Solis Minerva. He led religious ceremonies in the temple and its courtyard. He may also have been the leading official in the walled area of Solis. The gravestone is in the shape of an altar. It is the only memorial from Rome and Britain in which the occupation of the deceased is reflected in the shape of funerary monument. It shows his widow's pride in the job he did in his real life.
The one thing I was hearing about in the audio that I find very fascinating is that if you had it kind of makes sense in the context now too, that how we would think of slavery is very similar to how slavery operated back then. If you were a slave, you were not able to marry a non-slave. But if you were a freed slave, that's a different story. So there's evidence of a freed slave having married a non-slave, which I find very fascinating.
That's crazy.
What we're about to see are curse tablets. So the idea behind a curse tablet, it would be placed within the bath itself, within the spring of the bath, within the sacred spring, I should say. And so these would be curses that would be uttered on behalf against someone who has spited you in some capacity, right? So that could be someone who stole an object from you, someone who. In a modern context, it would be someone who, maybe bumped into you on the subway and knocked you over or whatever, right?
I know.
This feels very strikingly modern in that way.
I know.
And so,
I know.
this is just intensely freaking interesting. Has a lot of complaints down here, too. Complaint that her cape has been stolen. This could include some dire stuff, too, and in some circumstances, kidnapping as well.
Okay. A theft of a cloak and bathing tunic. A list of names.
And this was a way that a common person could feel that they were slighted against. They could feel some sense of justice attached to themselves because the authorities in Rome wouldn't care about them, right? They would care about the upper class. They would care about maintaining an upper class. Just like how it is now, right? Not too different. And so this was sort of their way of trying to get even, basically, by asking the goddess Minerva to divine a blessing to them. This is maybe one of the coolest things in the museum, actually. This is really badass. I was also reading this was like a UNESCO heritage item here.
Yeah, and it's used to go heritage site.
Yeah, well, a site, but these specific items are part of the UNESCO list.
That's crazy.
Because of the significance.
That's really cool. Oh, wow. It's like a walk through here.
You gotta get this.
Yeah. This is awesome.
This is the temple courtyard.
Oh, wow.
So this altar would have housed the statue of Suis Minerva. You can smell the water. That's the water we're smelling right now.
I know.
Yeah. So this is the bronze sculpture head of Suis Minerva. Crazily well preserved. Bronze is looking pretty good for being thousands of years old. Wild.
Okay, we're going to the actual spring now. We've been wanting to.
Yeah, you can smell it.
I've been smelling it. So exciting. We're going to go to the Great Bath. I know we've been telling you. But, oh, here's the elevator for me. So I'm going to get on the elevator to go to the Great Bath.
Here we go.
Here we go.
This is the overflow from the spring right here.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is incredible. Yeah, so this is the overflow that's going into the bath itself. This is insane. You can smell the sulfur from here as well. You can see the moisture from the heat rising in the air. This is something where if you have we're just watching a video of it, unfortunately you're not gonna get a really good sense of this. This is really wild. I could stand here for hours, but we gotta keep going. All right, where are we now, babe?
We are at baths.
Which part of the bath?
The Great Bath, I guess.
I was gonna say the lower level of the bath,
lower level
the
bath.
actual,
Since-
you know,
yeah.
this level of the bath itself. Yeah. As you can see, the water is pretty gross itself, but it's amazing that this is here, and it's just so incredible. I think the brick right here is like original Roman construction as well. That's why they have it blocked off. Yeah. Let me see if I can get a good view here. Wow. A lot of people sitting down here too. Wow. This is the gym area. I had to be quick because we have a tour bus we have to catch. But this is what it looks like. It's pretty cool. Just incredible. Wow. Some modern coins in there. So we are now about to leave the Babs.
We're on a tour.
We're on a tour.
Sucks.
It sucks. It's the only bad thing, downside. I hope it's not going to be like at Mont Saint Michel. We do have 8 hours, but there's still a lot that we're going to want to see at Mont Saint Michel. Some more archaeological stuff in here. I mean, it's cool, but we don't really have time left. It's very cool. Unfortunately, that's been kind of a storyification. Is like, this is really cool, but we don't have time.
Tastes like cold.
We're gonna eat at London.
Yeah.
Dinner.
But this is the.
Need to eat before we get on the bus.
Okay, mineral water from the spring itself. Valencia's about to try it.
Oh my god.
It tastes like soapy water.
It does a
Tastes
little
like
bit.
Pelican water.
It does a little bit. It's not my favorite. So we are now leaving Bath, unfortunately. This is such an amazing city. We are definitely going to come back here someday. Just incredible. The whole vibe here is just wonderful. Just look at this. Look at all of this. Wow.
Yes, I know.
Just wanted to get one last bit of it before you left. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe, please. Smash that subscribe button. Destroy it. Demolish it until it no longer exists. It's a little husk, little crumb. So thank you so much for watching this. Bye.